Hey there. It's a little before 7 in the morning, 18th of May, 2023. Today, I will be busy. The Department of Justice Criminal Rights Division will be receiving a report because I've never reported to them the the behavior of the police. So I will be reporting on the police brutality involving false imprisonments, um, their knowledge of and probably use of illegal surveillance. Definitely a connection. That's why Scofani hasn't offered up any information. He knows who is using R&M, I believe, and also their knowledge of the light energy technology being used in the neighborhood, and then telling my friends all that they were delusions, and then switching the story and telling that it is due to drug use. Then I will be contacting Channel 4 and 6. I already contacted Channel 10 and didn't get very far, but he said that he would pass along the message. I need to know what the media has been told. That would help too. And then I need to go over and talk to the whisperers who live next to the woman I can't name on Como and find out what his connection is with Arvid. So it's a full day. I'm very itchy this morning, and I hope that there's not additional burning today. Each day is a struggle because I know that there's more and more of this technology, and it's all being directed at me. And government does not have a desire to have me around. So the likelihood of them helping is very low. And their way of dealing with this problem is to just continue doing what they've been doing, stare and ignore. That's where we are. Everybody's staring and ignoring. When that happens, it creates a hostile environment, especially for targeted individuals. Staring and ignoring are the two things that prevent resolution from ever occurring. And in this situation, is preventing a cure for COVID becoming known. I feel it's extremely important for the population to understand the truth about mind control and its devastating effects that that do occur because of ignorance in society. It is people not believing the stories told by targeted individuals that keep the problem going. And that is the fault of media, who is doing what they think is the right thing because the executive branch tells them not to air the stories because it's a matter of national security, which is a twist. So our whole society has been affected negatively by this devil weapon. But the executive branch still wants to use it. That's at the crux of the problem. Is the desire of my government to know everything. When you know everything, you sometimes, like the police probably would do, use it as an excuse to not do the right thing, but to do, in fact, the wrong thing. The only way that we're ever going to move on from this spot where we're stuck is through exposure. Just like they did with MK Ultra. Except this time, it's got to be more public because everything starts at the brain. And it is a sacred space that isn't a ground for bullying and harassment and manipulation. God gave us each our own brains to go into somebody else's brain, extract their information, or alter their mood or emotion, or make them believe things that are not true, or that they think things themselves, which is not the case. That type of manipulating is so devastating. It creates problems, and it's a ripple effect that can only be described as Boulder-esque. And when you think about dropping a pebble or a stone into a pond, it's very different if it's a boulder. I have zero influence in my world, in the world. My relationships have all suffered. And I am not welcome. My opinion is not appreciated. Assumptions are drawn about what's going on in my life. So I don't have any influence with them. The truth about the targeted individual program, number one, existing, but number two, continuing, is a horrific path. It means more ties. It means more perps. It means more cover up. Is this what government should be doing? It's too far. And my government should be smart and take the high road. But exposure is necessary. And it's not in a bad way. It's in a way to save our planet and our interactions with others, where there aren't secrets full of illegal surveillance. We need to treat each other as equals, because we all are. It does not matter if you're female or male, white, black, yellow, polka dot, gay, straight, addict, not. We don't listen to each other. And when we don't listen, we definitely don't understand, because we didn't hear what somebody said. So we are the Tower of Babel. People ignoring the truth, or people withholding help. We can do better than that. We can do so much better. It's my desire to see government successful, because that will prevent the military from taking over, which is so important. If we don't stand up for our rights and demand the government reserve the sacred place for God, the military will take all of our rights away. It has no problem doing that. Our government has a responsibility to the people and to themselves. To the people, it's for them to act in a lawful manner. And how do you do that? Reading the Constitution. The executive branch has concocted things in such a way so that it's made illegal things legal. It's given special liberties to take away rights. All these things chip away at our foundation. We cannot afford to continue as we are, or otherwise we won't exist as free democracy. Don't know what to say besides that. I should not be in Ohio right now. I should be in Texas and moved west by now. Telling governors, sir, ma'am, you must protect the people, because our government is on an agenda of murder and raping the people blind of all their money. And you have a responsibility to make sure that the people are protected. And the best way to do that is to end COVID. and remote neural monitoring. If we can do that, the world will be a safer place. It will be like heaven on earth. You'd make so many people happy. It takes government admitting that they've done something wrong. People will respect that. What they won't respect is government continuing to hide it and shoving people aside and telling a narrative of somebody's life that isn't true. So on the 18th of May, 2023, I should be visiting the capitals and encouraging governors to get on the phone with other governors and pass an executive order and air the story, release the story to the press in your PR department. Because the spin is this: they may not have that law ever enforced one time, ever. It may not ever be enforced. The point of the executive order is to get word out that we found a cure and to put pressure on Congress to nationwide strike it as a testing phase practice. I think we can do that. And although I only have 18 more to go, there's nothing stopping me from going and doing round 2. You see, when government has control of knowing what somebody thinks, it means that their intellectual property is at risk of being stolen. It means that it can prevent invention from coming to light. And just as we are each individuals, we've been gifted with existence at a specific time throughout the course of all time. There's a purpose. And there are some people, especially when it's connected to invention, who are saviors, who can change the world with their invention. And society and human civilization will be saved by those inventions. If remote neural monitoring is allowed to stay in place, what that means is we will never see another invention again. There will never be anything new. Because it will be stolen. AI. AI will hear it and then know that it is a unique identifier. This is really important because it goes back to government control. I want my government to be smart and to think ahead, not hold us back. We're on the cusp of the electromagnetic age. Where believing the invisible is not only probable, or it's not only possible, but it's also probable. Because in the electromagnetic age, people will be more open to learning things. But we have to get over the hump to get there. Our knowledge is already there. Not the public's knowledge, but scientific knowledge. It's really important. If we don't do it, we are doomed. We are. God bless. Oh, I wish there were more people who supported. People's ignorance is not bliss. People's ignorance carries daggers. And are a weapon themselves. When you ignore somebody, you're basically saying, what they have to say doesn't matter. Please, please, believe. Because I am in this whole mess. Sitting here today. Because of what one lady who has an agenda but doesn't want to tell about it. Another secret. We have to grow up. And when we respect boundaries and don't desire harm for another person, we'll be better off. We must do this. Will it be scary? Probably. Will there be relief? Absolutely. Because we will have put the devil back into the ground. Then we can begin living our lives again the way we used to back when I was a kid. If we choose not to do it, we're only setting ourselves up for failure. because there's not one beneficial thing about remote neural monitoring. There's not one. And the law enforcement would say, well, it gives us the ability to know this. Can you do anything with the information? No, you cannot. You cannot. And that's part of the problem that the police have. They're fed all sorts of information. Some of it's wrong. But when you continue to act in a way that is not in alignment with God, bad things happen. I want good things for my country. God bless. I'm done meditating. I hope you take some time today and think about what you're doing. Because if you put the right foot in front of you, the step becomes easy to take. But if you keep your foot firmly planted right where you are, you're never going to step forward, ever. Today could be very special. And it takes people showing that they have integrity and character and ethics and morals. That's all it takes. This solution to the world's biggest problem is very simple. That's the way I see it. We're overcomplicating things. We should grow. Okay, bye. God bless. And let's end COVID. Spread the word. Remote neural monitoring is it. Take care. And do good work today. Make today count. Because people are dying. They're dying of RNM. On 2 counts. Being surveillanced and becoming a statistic as a COVID death. So if you sit back and do nothing, that's what you can get. Nothing. How many days are you willing to do that where you don't get anything? I need to be able to wake up